Wait, you accessed it this way again.
How do I access it?
Shouldn't you access it the live chess one? Like on Scotch.
That's where I went actually.
Yeah.
I got this from Scotch.
Remember, Scotch gives us two different things. The one that takes us here and then, yeah.
Oh, the other one is not working. It's not working.
Yeah.
The other one.
It's not.
Okay.
Yeah, it is not.
Let's have a look. Let's check it again. Or check it with another team.
Yeah, it's not working. I told you that I put on the group that Scotch is not working today.
Okay.
Okay, why?
Odd.
I'll speak to Alo and find out.
Also, you're not signed in, right? Could that be an issue?
Or maybe.
See?
No.
No, that didn't change anything.
Just a different day. But I don't know why chess.com would not give us this. You should be able to watch a match at least, right?
Yeah, maybe that. What? This is so confusing.
Can't you just search the player and then look at their game?
Okay, let's.
No. Click on their profile, right?
Okay.
Okay.
Does it say somewhere that they're in game? No games in progress. You see?
No, it's not like Lee chess.
Oh, is it not? Where you
but
can
you see,
view...
like their match is like now 2-0. It was 1-0 just now, so it means people are playing.
They are definitely playing. This thing, it's confusing.
That is weird. I see. Okay, that's a finished match. So you can see a finished match, but you can't see a live match.
Yeah, that's very odd. I guess you need the direct live chess link. But what you can do is just search there on the bottom left. There's a search thingy.
What do I search though?
And then via that thing you can search someone's username, and I think you can view their games by that username.
Okay, so let's start with Shane Classic.
I think. I'm not sure.
Shane
Let's
Classic.
see.
He's a cool guy, this boy.
Shane Classic.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
It just sends us to the profile.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sad.
So on chess.com you can see someone's games.
Can, but it's a bit of a process. Live.
That's good.
Okay, let's just have a look at their
finished games.
At their finished games. Yeah, we might as well just do that.
Okay.
Kind of remove the magic out of it, but you know.
I know.
Okay, I think I have another way.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yes. Again, it's the username, and then I think we go to games.
Okay.
Live chess.
So we first go to search.
You don't have to search. Just go to play.
Play, yeah. Live chess.
Live chess. Yeah. Go to this thing with the goggles. Like underneath, like next to the messaging button. UD, help out.
Where about?
Like you see the message block on the bottom right.
The binoculars, yeah. So go with the
yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
So I'm not sure exactly if it's gonna show up here by the binoculars or yeah.
Nachi Shane.
It's not showing you there. Search.
Yeah.
Don't you have to go to tournaments? Don't we have to?
If it's not there, then it's leaderboard. Leaderboard should do it. Just copy paste that into leaderboard. Yes, that one. Shane something. What?
This
backspace one?
This guy
he must have finished his games then, because it would show up if he was playing.
He's so bad that he's not on the leaderboard. Is that what you're saying?
No. he finished playing.
Yeah,
he finished playing 2-0.
So Jordan GP 1-1, right? Ah,
Yeah,
this boy is
Jordan
playing.
GP
That's
1-1.
nice. He used to be very good, this one. Do you
Used to
remember?
be.
Do you remember Jordan?
Which Jordan?
Jordan Festa.
No.
Jordan Festa. Somehow I know this name.
This
but
boy was really good. Like he found out chess. You know, like Grassy Park is very development oriented, and they like find these kids, and this one was particularly gifted. So he played, I think, for 2 years, and he, to the point of like going to the, I think, was it Commonwealth or something like that, and did very well there.
There we go.
This works. That's a hack. Well done.
Nice,
But it's too much effort to find something so easy.
Yeah.
Knight takes
It should be an easier way.
F2. Check. Check.
Huh?
What?
That was scary.
Oh,
Now we have to.
no, because of the DGT board, I
King G1.
when I'm playing on the DGT board, I need this, you know. Okay, so we don't have.
Oh.
I need the
Wait,
voice
I'm still
thing.
not understanding.
Knight E4.
No,
Okay,
it
so
makes sense.
on your Discord, just I guess turn off the sound. So you
It's
don't
not
see-
coming through on my Discord.
It's coming through your Discord.
Yeah.
Coming.
My Discord is muted, I think.
Oh, okay, my bad. Yeah, that's me.
Is it coming through the Discord?
Yeah.
It's coming through me. Yeah.
Okay.
I like it when we catch the culprit.
Rook B C1.
I
No.
still hear it.
Still coming through you.
Is it me?
Yeah.
It can't be through Discord because I'm deafened.
Oh, your speakers are probably on, right?
Me?
My speakers, oh.
No, I'm talking about Salimu.
Oh.
Are your speakers on or are you using headphones?
I'm not using speakers.
Then
Okay.
He just made it like using speakers is like illegal. From this diagram.
Well, what about this position? Is white just losing or?
Oh, is it not because Zoom also shares audio?
I'm not sure, man.
Are we gonna have to wait for the next move? I take
C,
C3, yeah.
and then after pawn takes,
Then you
then
pick up
you.
C3.
Okay.
And if rook takes, you pick up you drop the rook. But if you don't go rook e1,
Rook
and then
takes C1.
yeah. So I guess the rook takes. I would have played rook e2 though.
Rook takes
Rook E2 might have
C1.
been very strong. Yeah.
I think just being greedy for the pawn just made a lot more sense to me. And you also ruin white's structure. Right?
It's just much harder to play for
G6.
white. Yeah.
So there's no way that you can turn this off.
I can?
Hmm.
You can turn this off.
Sorry?
You turn off the annotation.
It's
the man.
I don't know. How do you turn off a plug? How do you turn off a plugin?
You just
Wait,
deactivate.
is it plugged into your browser?
Yes.
Oh, you can just put.
Where is it then? Oh, you can just that should be easy. It should be there top. I'm not sure which plugin is it.
Yeah, set it into.
Let's see.
Whichever plugin it is, just go to it.
Extensions, there we go. And then just go disable whichever one it is.
This one.
Should be the chest.
I don't want to remove it.
Yeah, don't remove it.
Go into
You
it.
just need to give it a pause.
Yeah. There you go.
Bishop.
Put it off. Yeah. There we
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys
Wait,
are,
what?
yeah, are,
Oh, no.
are just
Just-
jealous.
go. The first one, man.
Okay,
There we go.
so this end game, who's it better for?
No, I mean black is up upon. It should be game over soon.
Is that enough if that bishop can be active?
It's being active, but
Oh, it was terrible on c3, right? But if it goes on d6, that could be potentially good.
Is that a realistic aim?
Well, think about it like this, right? The rook can come to d2. It can become active. The king can go to f3 to chase this knight away, because this is the only piece that's irritating.
Wait. What happens if rook e1? Oh no.
No.
Okay, maybe there's an answer. I was trying to
triple.
Not fast then, so
This position, I don't believe it that it's good for black.
I think black is
because
won.
now the knight doesn't have squares. If it goes to g5, there's bishop e7.
Bishop e7. That's the tactic I saw. But this rook d4 should keep everything together.
Yeah, but even if you go rook d4, he just goes bishop e7 anyway. And now you could face ish. Maybe it's not so good, but I would go bishop e7 anyway, because the knight still can move.
Well, it can now go to d2 without too much worry.
But to d2, oh, there's that check on f3. But anyway, first of all, you go bishop f6 check.
You see now this counterplay. So yeah, now I'm starting to.
So now this is what I was saying. It's like once that bishop becomes active, now look at this move. This is a terrible move. Yeah.
But check.
Oh, but now you can go check.
What's in the check?
Now it's very important where he goes, right? Because now rook b3 first, followed by rook e3.
Yeah, and now you see how rook e2 feels like a waste of time.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, no, it was just
Get the knight.
maybe they're low on time or something.
Now I can go h4.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh, why knight back to d2? Why couldn't you just go to d6?
So what was that move? Look at this part.
Too many regrets, man. All regrets from here.
No.
It's okay. It's okay. Chess is difficult, guys.
It's not okay.
It's okay that it's not okay.
Maybe we can try for this. This is almost
I
like
don't think so, yeah.
This is like in Africa, anything goes, man. This is fun. This is actually a good move. Now rook a7 again.
Okay. That's a bit annoying. Now you're asking black hard questions.
Yeah, he's going to lose 1 point. But now this is again open season, right? Ooh, what about e3?
Yep.
Can you go g4?
Wait. It can go rook a.
No,
rook
a7, rook a8, whichever one, right? Okay, now go behind.
Rook.
What
oh no, this check.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it was always lost. It was always lost.
I guess they've got time travel issues, I guess.
Yeah, I guess that's an excuse.
Okay, who's the next one? Let's see. So that was Jordan, right?
That was Jordan, yes. Was it,
So
I think, first game, maybe? Not sure.
Jordan.
Yeah, that was Jordan's first game.
Should we stick to
But
him?
there's big...
Should we stick to him?
There's a big rating gap. I want to see maybe one of the higher board games. Board 1, board 2.
Let's go to the first board. Nico. This one is a good boy to watch.
Yeah, let's go with Nico. Nico MO2.
That's
Secret
Nico.
Agent.
What's his name? His first name is Nico. This boy is talented. Copy.
Nico MO2. Why is it like it seems like everyone is talented when you speak about them?
I mean,
Everyone has a certain.
I haven't heard you say, hey, this boy, I know him, he's very bad.
Well, I'm being modest. I know a lot of bad players. No, but you know, like, you know what?
I'm just joking.
Do you know what's cool? It's like when you see someone
Ouch.
who makes it look effortless.
Yeah.
Like he is like that. Nico is like that.
Okay, I get you.
There's certain people, like certain players, who make it seem. Kaden, how are you? Nico Martin, yes, Nico Martin, yeah, very good, yeah. There are certain players who make it seem easy. I have always admired that because you know how hard chess is. Some players make it look easy.
Not really.
No, I mean, think about it like this. When you watch Watu play, you feel like he's working, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, depends who is playing, I guess,
Yeah,
but yes.
you get the idea that he's working. Have you seen Henry playing?
Still.
Yeah, Henry still.
Oh, yeah.
He
I
makes
haven't seen him play, but online I have, yeah?
no. Oh, online it's like
Oh, I used to watch him as a kid, man.
yeah. But in person, it's like you don't get that idea that
He's so tough.
that is working. You understand?
Okay, so what? Some sort of Messi, Ronaldo type.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like when Messi does when Messi does something, right? It's not like he's trying to show off. It's you don't get that idea.
It feels what? It feels natural.
Listen, I've seen him leaving like 15 men on the ground who didn't want to be lying on the floor.
And yet they found themselves there.
Yeah. Like when you watch Donovan van der Heever playing, you get the idea that he's working hard. He's really figuring some stuff out. Yeah, there's some players who make it look easy. Yeah, I don't know. Do you know who's like that? From the hyenas, who's the guy who used to have dreadlocks, but doesn't have dreadlocks anymore?
Mpia.
Not Mpia. Mpia still has
Brighton?
Not Brighton. Another one.
Mpia,
Quiet.
Brighton.
Quiet.
I was gonna say Stefan Skosana.
No, not Stefan.
Definitely not quiet.
Not quiet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here, the right idea is, I think, to play Queen B3 followed by Bishop F3 or Bishop F4.
What do you think about? Do you think Queen A4 is too unambitious?
Well, what about the knight?
No, it's pinned. The queen is pinned.
Yeah, but why would you like to exchange? It takes you have to take backwards. Queen B3.
I'm not sure about that.
Queen B3 with the idea of playing Bishop F3 is like a serious threat. There's also Bishop F4.
I want to calculate Bishop F4 first. Yeah, that would be my first instinct.
But you have to play Queen B3 first, right?
I think Bishop F4 was good.
Well,
Bishop F4, Bishop D6.
Yeah, okay, Rook C1. That might be interesting.
That's what I want to look at, yes. It would have been maybe...
That would have been stronger.
But I think Queen B3
It feels...
coming in with holding the queen to C6. So the queen doesn't want to be on C6, right?
Definitely not.
So I think this is why.
Yeah, that's definitely not bad. But now maybe like Bishop D6.
Who's that guy? I played him. It's almost like his name has got a T in it. Tando.
Wait. Maybe I have.
But
his name has got a T in it.
This is just a mess, right?
There's Tepo Tlelo. There's Clive. There's Tapira. There's Ntando.
Tando. What's Tando's
Ntando.
name? What's his name?
Ntando Zwakala.
Zwakala.
Yeah.
Zwakala is effortless talent.
Oh, yeah. But there's another reason why Zox is so chill.
I know where you're going. But I actually think that's what actually holds him in terms of strength. The exact same reason you think it makes him chilled is what holds his strength. I think he's much stronger. His understanding, I've played him, he's much stronger than he exhibits.
Yeah.
Now bishop f4, rook c1. You know, you still have got an edge. I actually like this position.
Yeah, no.
It could have been better. Your bishop f4 immediate was, what is this nonsense?
Yeah, he's trying to trick the guy.
Little trap.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I know.
there's still
He's
a bit-
hoping the guy forgets about the rook.
No, he's hoping.
But I think queen d6. No, not queen d6. That's very bad.
Queen d6 might be better. Maybe no. No, then you get papad.
You die.
Yeah, so bishop.
Nah, it's still very annoying. Like,
No, you just play bishop e7. Oh, you can't play bishop. He has to play e8.
okay, at least he didn't forget.
This guy in traps.
But I think he did it too slowly. He should have done it much faster.
Yeah,
Because he was 6 years ahead in development. Now
they're almost neck
now
to
it
neck.
feels like he's
He's just lost.
Yeah,
he's
it's-
almost lost everything he had.
almost. Let's see what he does now.
was
Still has.
stronger. Way stronger. Followed by rook c1.
Yep. It was, but I do this a lot, I guess, in Blitz and these short games nowadays, you know? These long moves where the queen is attacking from far. So it's not always obvious to see.
Oh.
A lot of people miss it in Blitz.
Just admitted that you're a master swindler over here.
In this day and
In
age,
Blitz.
in
In
this
Blitz.
day and age, that's something to be proud of.
That's also true.
If you can't be proud of that, then where's the other platform that you can exhibit your skills?
Yeah.
Oh, what do you guys think of
tough.
Queen's Gambit, by the way? I'm sure you're fed up with this question.
Oh yeah.
I'm still gonna get.
Okay, yeah. So like, people have always asked me, they're like, "Has chess always been this cool?" And I'm like, "Oh, you guys."
What did they think chess was?
But you know what irritates me about the whole film? It's
Yeah.
like how so unchess-like everyone
Everything.
is. From the
Yeah.
guy who wears like a cowboy.
Yeah, like how is he US champion with a cowboy hat and a knife, bro? Where have you ever like no dude, no, that's just it's too out there. Man.
And you know what? I read the book I read the book when I was young. I never
Envisioned it the same way.
Yeah, like I never saw all those
Ouch.
things that are in the series.
Ooh, this is a killer though.
Hey, this is painful. There was even maybe takes first and then this. But I feel this.
No, I think this is way stronger because you're renewing the threat with an addition of another.
Nah, yeah, definitely agree. Definitely agree.
I think back on the topic of Queen's Gambit, I think you know what I really didn't like about it?
Yeah.
In the entire series, she only ever lost 3 games, and they were two champions.
They were what?
Which is like, she only ever lost 3 games, right? In which she overcame and beat those people. But like in the reality of chess, even the strongest players were never that consistent with like a 99% win rate. You know what I'm saying?
It's a series. It has to be entertaining.
Yeah, no, it's meant for TV.
No, they
of
should have
course.
put her getting beaten. She needed to get beaten more to make it more believable.
You want to relate.
Yes, I want to relate.
I can understand.
Ay. No, this
but
is tough.
yeah, I mean, it's just like, and I didn't like the fact that you didn't get to see enough of the chess in terms of like the actual moves and the state of the board. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Okay.
You know, like they called out random moves and stuff, and it's like, Salim, we have to refresh there.
All right, I'm doing that.
Yeah.
You were saying?
So I think from my side is like as a chess player, I can follow at that level, right? Everybody is so impressive. She can play simultaneous games. She can play out of her head. Blindfold chess is like a new concept. I'm just like, you can't be jealous of someone who doesn't exist. Like,
but that's what it sounds like. You're like, oh, I can do that too.
No, but I mean, the thing is, like, we can, right? It's just kind of like, okay, it's based off a chess story.
Yeah.
You should appeal to chess players.
Yeah,
right?
but the upside, the upside of it is that they
Promoting.
it has really promoted chess very well.
Most definitely.
Yeah, that part I think. That makes it worthwhile.
But I think if I were to direct it, it would be more in my interest to make a show that, you know, people are gonna relate to or enjoy more than appealing to chess players.
Yes, exactly, and it's a small community.
And I think in the long run, that does more for the game as well.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's a small community also. Like if you look at chess players, right?
I wouldn't say a small, like dedicated chess players, definitely.
No,
yeah.
I'm saying like the people who are watching this movie on Netflix are not really chess players. They're not the majority of people making noise.
They're not going to be chess players.
They are drama. They are drama hogs. You know, they want they want the drama. They want the action. They want this. They watched it for everything else but the chess, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Live chess.
Oh, live.
Yeah, no. You know, it's like it's really weird, right? Because there's like this guy that I studied with at UCT, and now he's like we're both working and stuff. And like he's obsessed with Beth, right?
With what?
Okay.
With Beth, with like the character, and you know how beautiful and how
I can see you're mincing your words.
No,
someone is about to get checkmated here.
Yeah, no, but you know what it is, right? Like it's like he's taken aback by the character development or something, right? And then he's like, all of a sudden, like it's association with chess now, and he's like, oh, maybe I've been looking in the wrong direction. I'm just like,
you have to tell him yes.
This whole thing sounds creepy.
right? You know, this is how I feel too, and I'm just like, okay, so now was it an intention to fetishize chess or what now? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because
I hear you, yeah.
To be, right? Amongst the adult audience, just because of the structure of the series itself.
Yeah, someone got checkmated. There was no way of defending that.
Yeah, no. It could have even wasted a move and looked at him. For style points. Yeah,
but there was an interview I saw of Garry Kasparov, but the reporter was like trying to put Kasparov on the spot. About
how do you put Kasparov?
About like some comments that he made regarding women in the 90s, in the 80s. That women would never be able to play at the same level. And they Judith in the same interview, you know what I'm saying? Like live.
Yeah.
And and I just thought that was not the environment at the time was different when those things were happening, when it was being said. And I don't think Kasparov nowadays has that viewpoint. And also, I think at the beginning they had that viewpoint, but after Judith had played them a couple of times, he realized that she wasn't playing like the average woman, right? She was in the top 10 of the world.
Yeah, and that was including men.
Including, yeah, she was in the top 10 of the world. Like, not any favors given to her or anything like that. She was just very strong.
Yep.
And even though she was a phenomenon, still I think she only won once against Gaza. Still,
I think she might have had 2 wins against Gary. Classical.
but
Not sure Blitz. Blitz
even,
very no.
I don't even think that it's classical. It's rapid.
No. She definitely has a win against Gary in classical. I know one game.
Is it the famous one?
Yeah, it's probably famous.
No, the
there's
famous one
a
she
story
lost.
to it.
The
Let
famous
me
one
see if I can quickly.
He lost.
Yeah.
Which one was the
won,
cheating one?
Ooh, this is a blunder. Rook takes D. Rook takes D6. Bishop F4.
Check.
Ah, he misses it. Rook
Isn't
takes.
that just an exchange though?
No, but he's got more pawns, right?
Oh yeah. Oh, it's one more. Point.
And he had more time. I don't know how he missed that.
Oh, I think it's only one win in classical.
Is it classical?
Yes, one win in classical, and it actually has a nice story because I know this game. It was Russia versus the rest of the world, and Judith was on rest of the world team, and she was benched. She was benched for someone the round before, and she was very angry that she was benched because she was supposed to be playing board 1 for rest of world. But then the next round, they get Kasparov, and she was rested and she prepared and everything, and she played an amazing game.
Oh, really?
Yeah, very beautiful game. And she
I must
was,
say,
after that, she forgot she was benched. She was very happy.
For me, at some point, I read Kasparov's Child of Change. Child of Change was a good book, but I read the one which Mikhail Yudovich wrote called Garry Kasparov, and it's a brilliant book. But after that book, I played so badly.
What?
I'm telling you, it was terrible.
Okay, it made you deprove.
No, it was terrible. Like my chess got worse. Like really, it's been the worst it's ever been. Anyway, I could never understand why, and I never liked looking at Kasparov's games after that. I recently picked up the book and tried to understand what was happening with those games. The games are brilliant, and I think if you don't have the faculties that Kasparov had, the ability to calculate the way he could calculate, his games could be very damaging to your chess. Because
You think so?
after seeing the brilliance, you have to be consistent in finding the follow-ups. So you might be able to see that, oh, I can sacrifice a pawn here. What was that? Man, do you know why play King G1?
To trap the opponent.
Yes.
No, he forgot. That's sad.
I've never seen this in my life. He could have
Oh, wait. It was a rapid game. Let
was
me
a rapid
correct
game,
myself.
right?
Yeah.
There's no way it was a classical game.
I
So
think
there
she could
was
have.
an opportunity for Judah to beat, because there was a dispute in one of the classical games.
That classical game is got a dispute, and I actually have covered this game. He changed the drop-off point for the piece. Hey, Yubo, welcome. Wasn't Bishop G3 threatened? But okay, King G1 still as the move. He could have played. Oh, I see what Yubo is saying.
Bishop?
You were saying that before this, right? There was actually a threat in this position.
Bishop
in this
G3.
position. Bishop takes G3.
Oh.
Well, not really. Wait. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's a threat. That's a
It's a
threat.
solid threat.
That's a threat. Good
But then
spot.
why don't you just pick up the pawn, man?
On A6.
No, when he played King G1.
Yeah, I thought maybe you should just take B pawn. Then he's drawing chances, which is why this position is winning. You agree, right? This position.
Yeah.
This one. Oh, yeah, it is winning. This is lost. This would have been his point. This is where he should have collected the point.
Takes there, yeah.
Did you hear that Dr. Dre just finished his album?
Dr.
Another
Dre
one.
taking another. Why?
Yep.
Yes! Yes. And you see that there's a beef between T.I. and Busta Rhymes. We're getting the 2000s back. We're getting it back. Yes.
But it's a strange beef because it's uncalled for. I think these musicians are just looking for a way of making money during this.
Well, yes, because I mean, like, they haven't been relevant in the past 10 years, man.
So you think this is going to make them relevant?
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
Okay, so this guy's finished. Okay, board 1. Oh, Grassipaki beat Westerford 11-1.
Where was the one?
Yeah. So Nico won both these games. You know Tain, right?
Tain Tressel.
Train, yeah. It's Train.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with him.
Okay, he's one of the boys in the club. He's from
Okay.
Westerford. Tain. Okay, I don't know how to do this. But let me take this and put it here. And close this one.
Wow, Judith never beat Kasparov. That's insane.
Who is this?
Judith never beat Kasparov.
In classical, yes.
Classical,
Listen,
yeah.
Guys,
That's
you have no idea. You've never analyzed these games. Like the way Kasparov was playing. That's why only after doing what I've been doing, like looking at these games, I realized that Carlsen has not surpassed Kasparov's.
I don't know. I think in terms of chess, Carlsen is playing better chess.
Nah. Well, he's winning. Is that what you're saying?
Well, no, Kasparov was arguably winning more.
That's what I'm saying.
Not even
dominance.
I would just talk about accuracy, move for move.
Yeah.
Move for move, Carlsen is too much. But
Carlsen,
of
yeah.
course, that's because of engines as well and
Yes.
the influence that has had.
No, the newer generation is definitely always better than the previous. That's fine. I totally understand that. But the sheer presence and dominance over his peers over a period of time and the way he was doing it, this guy was checkmating people. He wasn't winning tournaments only. he was winning, like, he was checkmating guys. Like, guys, you know, like, if Carlsen plays in a tournament, he grinds people. Yes, he wins people. Like, he's fitter. He's technically better. That's fine. I understand that. But he's not very far from Caruana. He's not very far from Karyakin. He's not very far from Nakamura. He's not beating them. He's winning games, yes. But Kasparov, man, Man, he beat you.
I think
He beat you today.
he had that style.
He beat you today for the next few days.
He had that kind of style though.
Do you know why I'm saying that? If I ask you to like which Carlsen game do you remember? It's not much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I followed a lot, like, but yeah, I guess.
You don't remember them, right?
Your favorite Carlsen game. What's your favorite Carlsen game?
Favorite.
For me, my favorite one is the one he beat Wesley So this year.
Wesley So this year?
Yeah.
Which competition?
St. Louis, I think.
St. Louis.
Not online, on over the board.
The tournament, yeah.
But the reason why I like it is not because it's a brilliant game. It's just like the technique, like the anticipation. Like you would think that Wesley didn't know what he was doing.
It feels like that.
Yeah, you'd really feel that Wesley didn't know. He's just learning the ropes. I definitely will show you that game because and from that point of view, Carlsen I think is amazing. There's no one like him, you know.
Yeah.
And the nonsense that he doesn't know openings, that's not true. He knows his openings very well.
No, that's not even a critique, I think.
Yeah. He knows.
He out-prepares some of the best theoreticians in the world.
Yes, and you can't out-prepare him.
Exactly. Like Fabi has failed. Fabi has a big computer.
And he's got
MVL has failed.
He's got what's his name? Who's also a good
Fabi.
Yeah, he's got Kasim Janov.
Got Kasim Janov. Yeah, MVL. I'm not sure exactly who MVL is working with, but also he's known for his theory. And then Giri, I think is maybe like number one.
Yeah.
Arguably number one in terms of opening theory, but
the only person that Carlsen struggles to out-prepare is Anand.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen him out-prepare Anand.
Yeah, Anand is hardworking, man. Oh, there's this.
But that World Championship though, Carlsen was just better.
No, but that's what I'm saying. It's like he didn't win because he was like playing brilliant games. Again, it's just a much more better technical player, and you outlast you for sure. It's like Fresnet was saying, to beat Carlsen on a normal day, you have to be playing at 125%, and he has to make a mistake.
Yeah.
You can't
I think I remember this as well. Jan Gustafsson was also saying
a good stylistic matchup against Carlsen.
Yeah?
Who has a really good stylistic matchup against Carlsen?
The most difficult person for him to play.
Yeah.
I think it's Nakamura.
No. No. Classical.
Yeah.
No way.
You know
Classical Nakamura. No.
You know why I say so? Carlsen does not throw any average player more than he does Nakamura.
Does not?
Throw.
Okay.
And I don't think either Nakamura or Giri, and I don't think it's because of any reason except that he really is worried about Nakamura. And he gets him in the head before the game.
I don't know.
I really think so. Because I don't think Fabi is a threat to Carlsen.
No. I think Fabi classically is currently one of the best players in the world.
I think he's the most solid player.
I think he's almost at a point where he's better than Carlsen now in classical.
Kaden says his favorite
game is
where Carlsen played the Bone Cloud against Wesley.
Yeah, I mean, the problem with these internet things and the blitz and whatever, you can do that and get away with it. That's a bit different.
Yeah, I do agree on that.
I was really thinking that Nepomniachtchi was strong, like really strong in that candidate's opener.
The one that's currently on hold.
What do you mean?
Yeah, the one that's on hold, the candidates. Before he lost to MVL.
Well, I mean, MVL is also
the thing
strong.
Is this,
Nepo was very strong.
Nepo was leading for like 4 rounds straight, man. They're just beating people.
How many games MVL wins? MVL...
Wasn't Wang Hao leading most of the time?
No. He was having a bad run. So was Fabian.
No, Ding Liren was suffering. I know that.
They were all suffering except for MVL.
MVL, I think
Ding Liren had a tough time.
He's suffering.
Yeah, he had a tough time, without a doubt.
Oh yeah, did you see Grishuk's comment, by the way, on the candidates?
Yes, I did. Where he was complaining that the whole environment was like a death sentence.
No. There was another one. Let me find it quickly.
Yeah.
Grishuk. It was now because they were hoping to restart it.
Yeah.
And have it now in October/November, and they were negotiating with all the players when to have it.
Yeah.
And everyone was worried about the COVID situation, and they were asking questions, and their lawyers were involved in all that. And then Grishuk had a very nice comment there. I'm gonna find the article quickly. I want to quote him perfectly on this. It was a great, huh?
The vid, they call it the vid. It sounds bad. It sounds like an
when are the other teams playing?
Say again?
When are the other teams playing in our tournament? Just while you look for your comment there.
Oh.
What do you mean?
Are the other teams not engaging now?
There are some which are engaging. I think ACO it's 7:30.
Okay.
Titans versus Warriors. That might be an interesting match, but we need to rally the players.
Yeah. So I'll send out.
Oh, but on the topic of, yeah.
What time is ACO playing, Salimu?
ACO won already.
Okay.
They played also at 6.
Yeah.
Okay. Where is it?
You know how everything which happens like in the West ends up happening here?
Not everything.
I mean the major events. So like right now they are going into round 2 of lockdown, right?
Yeah.
Do you think it will happen here?
You're still trying to find a reason, but he can't.
It's difficult, but I guess it depends on how things go and how people behave and how fast this corona thing spreads. But it's probably not a good idea to go back.
Nah, but I mean we've had amazing stats, man, with this thing.
For?
Like our death rates have declined, our infection rates have declined, all of those things.
Yeah, it looks okay, but we don't want them to now.
And the thing is, like, I can tell you now, in Cape Town, nobody obeys this thing, huh?
That's the problem. Like, it can spread very quickly given the opportunity.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that I think the fact that people have been disregarding the rules has actually helped the situation where the current virus has mutated down to where it's no longer so impactful as it was before.
You think so?
I think so.
I don't know.
Me and Mfundo will be like, okay, the Indian guy walk out if it's safe. We will follow.
Nah, man. Okay, well, look, like, so yeah, I've also been doing some work for an organization.
Yeah.
I will not. This is not a plug, so I won't mention the name. But you can we've recently just gone international, and we work on raw data specifically. So no biases, no political ties or agendas. We don't get paid for the work we do. It's literally just a group of like actuaries, economists, and analysts, right?
Okay.
And like trying to decipher what is the data underlying truth of what is happening in the world. What currently with regards to pandemics and corona and things like that. So effectively, what we have gone and done is done our own research, pulled multiple international data, modeled on both South African and UK statistics, and we've actually found that there's a lot of smoke and mirrors around this thing. Like a lot of what people are saying and a lot of what is actually happening isn't really tying up. So
whenever I hear people like speak like this, I always think about these madmen on these shows.
Why?
What's his name? The one who like is always like got some conspiracy theory of one kind or the other.
Well, I mean, it depends what he says next. It's reasonable what he's saying, I think.
No, but there's a popular one on like I just forget his name. He's always like
Alex Jones.
Yes, Alex Jones.
Oh, that guy's a legend. That guy's a legend.
I always think of him.
Yeah.
No, Alex Jones is a legend, eh?
Yeah.
There was one show where he said, like cans, Coke, whatever, like when you drink from them.
Yeah.
The top is laced with some sort of chemical that makes frogs gay. And now they're feeding us this thing, and I was like, oh.
They're putting chemicals in the water to make frogs gay.
It's too much. It's too much.
So for me, initially, I mean, I used to like see some of the comments and not really mind, but then there was one which leaked, which was not supposed to have leaked or something like that. And I think it was high.
I always assume he's high.
But this one is so bad because he doesn't know that he is being filmed, right?
Okay.
And he's talking about an incident about how aliens kidnapped him and molested him or something like that. I was like, I'm not watching this guy again.
The fairies and the clockwork goblins.
I think the previous 3-day president also had a story about aliens kidnapping him.
Yeah, but okay.
What do you mean, but okay? You don't believe him?
No, you know what he said? He said that he believed aliens existed or something like that. And then like the media took it and ran with it, you understand?
No, you have to. Those sort of things.
That's the thing which makes this environment very dangerous, is that if you say something, there's no room for you to explain exactly what you mean, right?
True. So that thing can be taken for...
Yes.
Okay, that's true. But also some politicians are now recognizing this and they're using it.
Listen.
To flip-flop on positions. So they're using it to their advantage now.
For me, the thing which makes me think like, oh, there's something to it is that, Greywood, welcome.
Welcome.
It's a pleasure, man. It's a pleasure. Thank you so much. The thing which makes me like really think about it, no one says anything, but the US spent last year 200 billion on a division, and it's public data, on a division of the army called the Space Force.
Oh, yes.
It's like,
yeah, I know they have some sort of space stuff.
Yeah, but it's like, I mean, 200 billion.
They're preparing for alien invasion.
You know, it's like...
It makes you think.
They want us to be ready for alien invasion.
But also, I think maybe the Space Force, part of their duties will be to maintain and administer rulings in space, because like Elon Musk wants to go to Mars. and try and colonize Mars and all of that, right?
That's
Like,
your
these are
mind.
all-
That's your mind reasoning it out. 200 billion
Yeah.
US
So
200
dollars
billion for to make laws for Elon Musk.
to monitor Elon Musk. And he
No,
went
but
for-
think about this, right? So effectively, if Elon Musk is successful, right, and we colonize Mars, and then like some people go to Mars and stuff, what is that money worth on Earth, right?
But okay, let me ask you this: which country sends the most satellites into space?
Which country?
Yeah.
Between China, Russia, and South Africa, right?
I don't even think you'll be able to guess which one because it's so unusual.
Okay.
It sends. It's
yeah.
He knows too much.
yeah.
He knows.
He knows too much.
But you know, it's India.
India.
Yes.
Why?
I don't know.
Oh, that's a lie. Man, can never be my people.
It's always your people. They send people they send like these devices for the fraction of the cost that the US does, and they just don't speak about it.
Oh yeah, but I mean that's devices, not people, right?
Huh?
That's devices, not people.
No, not people. No one is sending people anyway.
Okay, that's interesting. Oh, by the way, I found the Grishuk code. He was talking about the FIDE candidates and how FIDE wanted to restart it. And he said, I quote, "It seems to me that the fundamental problem is FIDE leadership is trying to satisfy all the participants, but that's simply not possible. I'll give you an example. Many of the players are worried about coronavirus conditions, health, safety, medical questions, etc. But my position, for example, is completely different. I'm ready to play in a garage, basement, zoo, train station, whatever. I just want to play."
But that's Grishuk.
But
Grishuk, as always.
That's also because Grishuk looks like he's been in a garage, a basement, and a zoo. Like his whole life, man.
And given the option, he won't bath to go to that tournament or wear a suit.
Given the option.
Given the option, I know him. That guy is crazy, man.
No, Grishuk is entertaining. We need more chess players who are personalities.
Grishuk is one of the most amazing phenomenons of modern chess.
He is. I totally agree.
In what way? I think they're all amazing.
The guy that he like Salimu says, is the most effortless top player.
Grishuk is the most effortless top player.
Yeah.
Oof.
I don't understand why.
I'd make an argument for Carlsen.
No, Carlsen puts way too much effort into the game with regards to preparation, all of that. Have you seen Grishuk walk into the game late and then fall asleep at the board?
I mean, you see that.
The guy doesn't.
If you look at the theory, he knows all the theory everyone else knows.
That guy works hard. I do agree with you.
All those guys work hard. It's a matter of who, I guess.
But I'm just talking about discipline in general, right? Like, I mean, to disregard your livelihood at what could be the most major tournament. And it's like, Grishuk is never invited to the candidates. You know what I'm saying?
Either he makes it on qualification or he makes it because he knows the president. Is that what you're saying?
No, I mean, it's just...
He's usually there.
He's there, man.
No, he's good. He's talented.
He's a top player.
He's a talented player and he plays it like on intuition. The one thing I've never been able to understand is why he can't solve his time trouble issues. It's not that he's one of the fastest players on the planet. But he's always in time trouble.
Because he's falling asleep at the board.
He's also won the World Championship, the World Blitz Championship.
Yeah.
but he still gets in time trouble in almost every game.
It's almost like he does it on purpose sometimes.
Just to knock off his opponents.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what it is, but it somehow now it's ingrained in his play. They asked him once about it, and he just said, "I." It's something. It seems
I
like
think
he
it
cannot
was
change.
this candidates that just happened. Go
Yeah.
look at one of his go look at one of his interviews, right?
Yeah.
On YouTube. That guy said he's like, I fell asleep at the board, and when I woke up, I had 6 minutes to play.
Now this is the
They
game.
asked him why.
This is the game I wanted to show you, which I think actually demonstrates what I think about Carlsen, like where his real strength is. It's in the ability to apply simple basics, right? That you and I might think are innocent, but in his hands, they are like kryptonite.
Okay.
Like assuming you are strong.
Yeah.
I think that's his biggest strength. So now look at this game, right?
What do you mean, assuming that we are strong?
Well, you can't use kryptonite on you. You don't even have to use kryptonite on you.
Kryptonite is only for Superman.
It's like for Superman, exactly. So Wesley Saw is black, and Carlsen plays bishop c4, bishop c5. And here, okay, this already, like playing castling here, is saying, I really don't care about an opening advantage. I'm going to beat you anywhere. Because here, here d3 is like more an effort to try and win or gain something, right?
Yeah, I guess it's mainline.
Yeah. So here, yeah, I mean,
isn't c3 another line as well?
Which one? Yeah, c3 is like you don't get an advantage out of that. That's what kids play, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, castles, knight f6, d3, castles. Now, a lot of people don't understand this, but the whole idea of the Gyoko piano is to play against this knight here. That's usually the whole setup. And this knight is not so well placed on d6. That's why you see in some variations it get transferred to the king side. Because yeah, c3, d6. So now this c3, you see now that this knight doesn't have squares, right? And this idea of playing knight a5 doesn't work because it goes bishop b5 and then bishop a4, and the bishop is safe. So here,
the concept in the Rai Lopez.
Correct, yeah. So here it goes h6, and Carlsen just goes rook e1, a6. Now he's threatening to trap the bishop. You see that?
Yeah.
He wants to play knight a5, so Carlsen plays a4.
Yeah.
And now a4 is actually also another threat, because now he could play b4 and a5. And the queen side would be tied up. So what he does is he goes a5. Now, this might not seem like a big deal, but for against Carlsen, wasting a move like this, playing a6, playing a5, it's a small thing. There is logic behind it, but still for Carlsen, this is good enough. So he goes here, bishop e6, and here is where you realized that he's in trouble. Carlsen plays bishop b5. Okay. First of all, you can't really do anything about the knight, but also another thing is, at an ideal moment, he can take on c6, play d4, or he can play just d4 in time, play d5, right?
Okay.
So Wesley Saw plays knight a7, and I know you look at this move and there's no, like, this is a mistake or anything like that, but we know that it's a backward move, right?
Yeah.
And not only is it a backward move, but this move neglects d4 immediately when it goes back, right? Carlsen goes d4. And now, what do? You can't leave. You can't play bishop b6 because now he gains on e5, right? So that's not going to happen. You can't play bishop b6 because after d5, your pieces are terrible. So he takes on b5. Now, before I tell you what to do, what would you do here?
Well, you have to take one of the pieces. Question is which?
Yeah. And notice that I told you that in this position, you always play against this knight, right?
So I guess you take the bishop and the knight is kind of clumsy.
Exactly. So he takes this, and it's a small thing. It's not a big thing. And now, what do you do? Because this is very important. This is how Carlsen wins. It's these small moves that are almost imperceptible, that make him extremely dangerous for his peers. Is Dash still online?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. He's here. He's learning.
Are the moves too good?
He's learning. You are getting a free lesson.
Yeah, but I mean, look at it. Look at this knight.
Yeah.
And then look at this. You look at the knight. You look at the rook, and it's very difficult to make progress. Oh, by the way, you are looking at chess base 16.
For the viewers. You know what they used to say in wrestling? For the thousands watching in the audience. Listen, watching at home.
Listen, I loved wrestling for years. And then I found out it was fake. I still loved it. I could not let go. Man, when Undertaker lost, I was pissed off.
When he lost the streak.
In my viewpoint, the whole idea, I used to come out of watching wrestling pumped. I knew when Undertaker was there, he was never going to lose. Like, that was a stable thing for me. Man, when he lost, I was like, this is fake.
I'm going. Yeah, no?
How can a dead guy lose?
That one meme was when, like, the guy wrote there, it's like, I knew wrestling was fake when Rey Mysterio won this match. And it was Rey Mysterio versus the Big Show, Mark Henry, and the Great Khali. And they're like,
and the guy won.
Now I know that this is fake.
Like, now I look at it and I'm like, how ridiculous, how I wasted my life watching this stuff.
But I don't understand how people say wrestling is fake. It's like
fake. It's like scripted.
Yes, but it's like going to watch a Marvel movie. It's fake. No, it's scripted.
But it's like,
it doesn't
you have
change
to
anything.
understand, like, I don't know, a part of me like really kind of believed the fights, I think, I don't know. And there was this guy, like I watched it afterwards, and then I'm looking at this guy with his socks, right? Putting it on his hand and going like this and biting people. I'm like, what the fuck?
No, but it's entertainment. It's entertainment.
It is entertainment, but I'm not watching anymore. They lost me.
Yeah, no, I really understand. I was a big fan of Star Wars at some point, but then my favorite character he became Darth Vader. Then I was like,
no, not anymore.
Now my favorite character is a bad guy. Now what can I do?
Who am I supposed to watch? Right,
yeah.
So what's the move here?
Well, I guess I can see the move, but
you can't see why the move.
Yeah. Like I have no clue. I would play
b4.
I'm not sure what I would play. I'd try and play some sort of queen c2, maybe knight f1.
This
try
game
and
is
get my
very
other bishop out.
The moves you're suggesting, it makes you wonder, and I really recommend that if you've never read this book, you must read the book called Seven Deadly Sins.
7 Deadly Sins. I haven't. That's by Jonathan something, ne?
Jonathan Rawson. that book will make you inspect your decision-making process. The reason why you see certain ideas is because that's what you know. So you see the maneuver knight f1, that's typical in the relopers. You see queen c2 because in some fashion you're trying to kind of connect your rooks, Carlsen looks at a position and goes, okay,
what's the best move?
Like in this particular case, it's like, how do I get my pieces to be more active than my opponents? Right? So if you play something like knight f1, you haven't really made your pieces more active at this point than, than your opponents. At the same time, whilst he's doing that, he's thinking like, how do I make his less active? And I think that's the principal basis on which he makes his decisions. Like you can play knight f1 and it won't be a blunder, and you'll be fine with that, right? But when he takes, let's say you go knight f1, I'm just going to demonstrate something. You go knight f1 and he goes knight c6, and you still have to make a move. This position is not much more active than your opponent's. In fact, black has recovered. Now he's threatening to take on c5. He's even got a threat, right? Which wasn't there before. The moves that Carlsen makes, you can't even make a threat. And it looks so simple. So here he goes b3.
It's starting to click why that might be a great move, yeah?
Yes, you start realizing that on this diagonal, there could be pain. Whether he takes on d6 and you take and he plays bishop a3, putting pressure on that d6 pawn, or whether you take and he takes on e5, and now you've got these double pawns and he's got this pawn majority in the center, there's going to be pain. So you could play knight c6 immediately, right? But then he takes on d6. You have to now revise your life and see how you retake, and you're going to have a permanent weakness the whole game. And knowing who you are playing against, that alone is it's not worth it, right? So he goes,
it's not too fun.
Yeah, he goes rook e8 to get the rook out of the diagonal. And what does Carlsen do? Immediately he takes. Now you know that if you take with a pawn, you're going to suffer for a long time, and he's going to win. So you don't want to do that. You have to play queen takes, and now, okay, this looks obvious, bishop a3, but what doesn't look obvious is the fact that this is a very forcing move because of the weakness of e5.
Yes.
There is no other move. You have to play c5. Right? And this is a very important point. So he's done everything right up to this point. Hey, Shivret, welcome from Turkey.
From Turkey?
Yeah, welcome. So
okay, that's nice, that's nice.
Yeah, he plays this move and c5 is forced. Now look, I told you that at the beginning, in this opening, he's playing against this knight. He's still doing that right now. So now, what does he do?
There's something attractive about knight c4, attacking a lot of pawns, maybe gonna threaten.
But do you know what's so cool about it? Is how forcing it is.
Because you have to exchange queens.
You have to exchange queens.
Yeah.
You have to exchange queens, number one.
But more than that, I think you have to take the knight.
You have to take the knight. More. That's very important. And now, look at this pawn.
B-file.
Right?
All the pawns.
Now, look, even if you manage to get the knight on c6, look at these squares that it can only go to.
So he really did just play against that knight the whole game.
The whole game. And I think it's this understanding that His knight will be active, his bishop will be active, his rook will be active, his rook will be active. You might be able to activate these three, but highly unlikely are you going to activate the knight. So he goes b6 because now c5. You listen, he doesn't have time to breathe. He's solving problems. He goes b3 and now b6. So now you have to think, right? And I think this is the most amazing exercise. I've been doing this with my students a lot, right? You have to think like, okay, you've done this. Even if you're given this position, you mess it up, right? What should you do? What should you do at this point?
What should you do at this point?
And the move you will choose is what 80% of the grandmasters will choose.
I mean, rook d6.
We're just analyzing, Shivret. You're welcome to contribute.
I think rook d6 is the most like obvious.
Hey, Obek, how are you? I had not seen your message. Rook d6, you said.
I mean, yeah, rook d6 looks like the most obvious move.
Looks
I'd have to calculate. I'd have to calculate the ramifications of knight c8 or something like that.
It's not even about calculation. It's about importance.
Yeah, activation of the piece, right?
Yeah. So rook d6 looks normal, but rook d6 is not accurate. So what's going to happen is you are going to be able to play rook d6, and he will be able to play rook b8, and eventually you'll be able to exchange rooks or bring his king to e7. And occupying this file is like, I tried it with the computer. I tried occupying this file with the computer. Eventually it peters out. Because the whole point of occupying an open file is to get to the 7th rank, right? 7th or 8th rank. That's actually my system way of the whole occupying an open file. It's pointless to just occupy an open file if you can't get to the 7th or 8th rank. And in this particular position, you can't get to the 7th or 8th rank. So Carlsen again asks himself, which one of my pieces is the least active, right? And you come up with probably two candidates.
The bishop and the knight.
The bishop and the knight, right?
Yeah.
Which one is the least active?
I feel like the bishop is very bad where it is, but there's nowhere to put it.
Okay, very good observation.
So
also,
we have to...
but also the bishop, although it looks very inactive, there are some tactics sometimes when you play, let's say, rook b1 and the rook is on b7 and you can take on c5.
True.
The knight, on the other hand, is really not doing anything. It's maybe
I mean, I don't hate the knight. I think what's worse is that e4, we have to protect e4 forever. That really sucks.
Correct, yeah. Now Carlsen mixes those problems together. He goes, I don't want my rook protecting the pawn. At the same time, I don't want my knight the way it is. And the move he plays, and this I think makes him like above average. The move he plays solves this problem, and it's a move you would highly unlikely make.
Okay. This move I won't play it.
Right? Knight h4.
I won't play. I wouldn't play this.
Right? It's a clever move.
Okay.
It's a very clever move. First of all, he wants to play this pawn to f3.
Okay, that idea, like,
right?
Then we don't need to babysit that guy. That
the
I
other
like
one
a lot.
is he wants to tempt you to play g6, whereas when he plays rook d6 now, instantly b6 falls.
Oh, that's painful. So g6 is not easy to play.
Exactly. I mean, it looks so innocent, but like when you dig deeper, like these moves which were now suddenly, if you are playing black, you panic, right? You have to prevent rook d6 at all costs. So goes rook d8. So Carlsen solves his problem. Now the rooks never have to worry about the pawn. He always has this option of playing knight g6. But now, black can play it because now you can play rook d6. So it's like by one move, what he wanted to do, just by one move, you're almost there. But now, you can now put the knight on d5.
This is tough.
You see, it's like a story for him to play like this. And black goes there. His moves are necessary. He needs to put the king in the center anyway. So the king protects. Now
it's such helpful coordination then.
Like, yes. His pieces don't run into each other. So what I was saying is that his pieces are more active at any given time than his opponents. And he thinks this through. Knight goes to c6. Now, notice how even if this knight gets to c6, it's got nowhere to go.
Yeah, c6 is a bad square.
Yeah.
Why would you put it there?
Oh, where else are you going to go? c8 is just as bad because it still hits e7, right?
You're not going anywhere. That knight...
Well, c8 is better because maybe you put it on d6, you attack c4 or something. Okay. Like the knight has to do something. On c6, it does absolutely nothing. Okay. Because what? Do you need to protect e5? So is that something that's important?
Let's say you go knight c8, right?
Yeah.
Trying to put the knight on d6. And he goes knight g2. And you go knight d6. And just in time, he protects.
Knight there.
He protects.
But now you can't go to d5.
No, he's going to put the rook now. He's going to double the rooks on the d file.
Yeah, but that means black needs something fast here. Doubling the rooks would be very passive.
You can't prevent it.
I mean, black can probably do some f5.
Yes, he could create some counterplay. But do you see how, like, it's not an easy option. It's not like you're solving your problems.
No, it's not easy, but why put the knight on c6? I don't see what it does there. Why is c6 preferable to d6?
I think that this is a weakness that most grandmasters have. This move against any other player is solid enough to hold the position. I think that's the problem. Knight c6 is a natural square. You keep a look on e5, and c4 is weak. You think maybe you can attack e4.
Maybe can you try trading rooks? Maybe that seems like at least a concrete idea.
He gets in quickly, right? So let's say rook takes. Now you can't retain.
No. I mean after knight c6. After knight c6, now you can trade rooks and put your rook.
For Carlsen.
For black here.
After knight c6. Oh, it depends with what Carlsen does, right? And
yes,
I'll put the challenge to you. What would you do? Just remember what I said about the way he thinks when it comes to activity.
I want to play knight g2, but since you gave that tip, I think we probably have to bring the bishop back to life.
Exactly. The knight is all right. It's not going anywhere. But the bishop is least active, right? So you go c1. Now it's irritating you. You're going to play king g7, and he plays bishop e3. Now, it's a very clever move because then the bishop prevents the rook from ever coming through on the d file. Right? So, he takes. If he doesn't take, what's going to happen is Carlsen is going to take here. You are going to take with your rook. He's going to play rook b1, attacking b6.
Yeah.
And now those tactic ideas now become something that's going to happen, most likely.
Right? Yes.
So he goes rook d1 anyway, rook d1, rook d8, and do you take? No. Rook b1. Forcing rook b8. So now, this rook on b1 is more active than that rook. So now, which one of these pieces is least active?
That knight.
That knight. So knight g2, knight f6, king e2, knight e. Where is he going?
I'm not sure. Is he going to e6?
It's going to d6.
c7, e6. It's going to d6 to attack c. Okay.
Yeah. So what does Carlsen do?
Knight e1, knight d3.
But the knight would be useless. It would be like this knight if it goes to d3.
I want to make those tactics work on c5.
True, but then the knight on c6 is protecting the rook on b8.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Forgot about that.
So it's like, okay, tactics, obviously, he can see.
Right?
You want to put the knight on d5, right?
Exactly. Again, he asks himself, the bishop is active, but not really doing much. So let's compare the pieces. You could compare
well, the bishop no longer needs to be on e3 because it doesn't need to hold d2 anymore.
Exactly. If you think about it, you compare the pieces, right? This knight and this bishop are comparable. The bishop is better anyway. But this knight and that knight are comparable. But this knight is really worse. Right? So Carlsen just goes bishop f2. He goes knight d6. Now he goes knight to e3. Again, just in time. These knights are useless. So Wesley So goes there. And this is a mistake of some kind.
No, doesn't knight d5 work?
Exactly. Knight d5
because
works.
you're unprotected. Yeah.
So you have to take. There's no option. There's no... You could play perhaps knight b8. But now bishop takes c5 works.
c5, yeah.
Right? So he has to take.
Yeah.
And Carlsen takes with this one. Now he's got a passed pawn, which he didn't have before.
And c5 is the problem.
So he has to play rook b7 because bishop c5 was a problem. So king here, f5, c4. Now this is permanent on b6. Take, rook here. He could sit on this position, but I kind of understand why he decided to do this. I mean, he's been really sitting the whole game.
He's getting tired of sitting.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. You have to go active at some point.
To know that you, because it's not like he doesn't realize that this is not happening to him. You know?
Oh no!
Yeah.
He can see. He's been seeing
he's
it
very
for a
much
while.
aware of his vision. You know, he's like, damn. This is bad.
Now, what really impressed me was watching this live as it unfolded. And to realize, like, oh, okay, that's going to be very difficult to beat for the next few years, because Wesley So is in the top 10. Now with Kasparov, you know,
Is Wesley in the top 10 right now?
I don't know now, but he's not a weak player.
No, definitely not.
Okay, so here he goes here. And Carlsen, of course, again, it's about activity for him. Takes, check. He goes here. Now, this was a bit sloppy. I think Kramnik was explaining that here king d2 is actually much more accurate. It's a small difference. But after rook f2, king e3, here. Now, these pawns are much more dangerous. So what happens in the game is he goes king e2, rook here. Now you can't protect the c4 pawn. Whereas in the other variation you can. And here after d6, Wesley So resigns. So for me, looking at this, man, this was almost like a flawless game. He didn't blunder.
Yeah. But I mean, that's kind of a low standard to have for Carlsen, no? I don't think anyone expects Carlsen to blunder.
No, what I'm saying is like Wesley So didn't blunder.
Oh, Wesley didn't blunder. Yeah,
Yes.
no. He was.
It's like, how do you compete with someone who beats you and you didn't make a mistake?
I think we can point to places where. Yeah, no, but there was never any clear mistake. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, these moves would fly. Me and you, Fundo, me and you would play and say nice game after we draw. Like, that was impressive. you know.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
You would
That's very
never
true.
know. I mean, if you go back in this game and break it down, let's go to some innocent moves. Like, yeah,
He lost the end game at A4.
yeah, like this kind of idea. And
Losing end game.
imagine this, Dash, saying if how many coaches would tell their student that knight A7 was a mistake?
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
I would if somebody
Is it even a mistake? I don't think it's a mistake.
Yeah.
I would, yes.
So Fundo, are you saying
Yeah?
even now you don't believe it's a mistake?
I don't think it's a mistake.
After it has proved to you.
You know what Mfunda sounds like? You know those people who go to churches and then like their pastor gets caught doing something and they're still like, nah, he's innocent.
Are you saying Wesley is my pastor?
I'm just saying, it's like right there. It's like these are if I really look this year. I've looked at all Carlson's games just because I was very curious about how he plays. I've really not looked at them like in passing, like really looked at them. His games are like this all the time. Small things. On the computer, it won't even tell you that it was a mistake. It's when you actually listen to a stronger player speaking, and then you realize, oh, okay, so this is some sort of violation. And I'm impressed that now in the new chess-based 16 that this game is analyzed actually.
Most of the games, the sub games,
Gray already
are analyzed.
No. Like, in the new 2021 database, it's now analyzed as in with words by Peter Heine Nielsen.
Yeah, I think a lot of databases have that.
No.
If the game is annotated.
No.
I think
you know when it really started? When chess-based magazines started coming out. I think that's a brilliant piece of material, yeah. Greywood says, against a top GM, it is a mistake, but against normal players, it is not a mistake.
Perhaps in the eyes of 2700, it might be considered a mistake.
What do you think?
Right.
What did you say, Dash?
I said it's an absolute mistake. Like,
Absolute.
Yeah, because I mean, Carlson just proved that is a mistake.
Well, I don't think that's where Wesley lost the game.
But like, were the moves not more or less forcing in that position?
In the beginning, it was, and I don't think Wesley has done enough wrong there to just lose.
I mean, his position was bad enough to lose.
It was bad enough to lose, definitely, but I don't think knight a7 is the problem.
Okay, well, I think he lost later on when he played knight c6 and some other stuff, right? But then again,
there must be somewhere where he should be more active. Maybe b6 is the mistake.
Yeah, I think that we are both victims to our own devices, right? Whereas I would always try and look like, okay, where was the first mistake that I made that led to my final mistake, right? And then that is what I scrutinize, to try and get stronger. But for you agree that knight c6 was probably the worst played move in the game, right?
The worst.
Well, in terms of mistake.
Let me see. Which one was the worst, actually?
The This one, yeah.
It wasn't actually.
You had a strong.
I feel like it's still. I think B6.
The West
B6
move was 90.
Okay, no, yeah, 97 loses. Yeah. I mean, excluding 97.
But even this was already gone, right? I feel that to say that here it was already. I think here it was already hard. When it was
definitely hard, but gone. Would you really say it's gone?
Yeah, no. After B1, it's gone.
I think if it was us, it would definitely have been gone. Maybe Wesley could have done something more to try and all.
This was Wesley. Maybe Wesley could have done.
I think these sort of things, Ding draws these sort of things all the time.
Yeah, but no. That's different. I want you to notice something about the positions that Ding play. Ding never allows himself to be put into a position like this with Carlsen. If he gets into a position like this, he's lost. His positions are much more dynamic. Yes, absolutely. I think that's why you see that Carlsen will struggle with Vacher Lagrave, because Vacher never allows the position to settle down like this. All the setups that he plays and the way he plays, he will not allow White to put him in a position where he's just passive and waiting for the day of, reckoning to come. No, his positions are much more active, and I think that's why also Carlsen struggles a little bit with Giri.
But I wouldn't say he struggles with those players.
But with Giri, really check. You have to be very careful with Carlsen. If you see Carlsen going out of his way to throw someone, it's to introduce psychology into the game, so that it's not just about the game. And he throws two people more than anyone in the world. He throws Nakamura and Giri. I think those people really pose a real threat to him.
I think classical, no way. Classical Giri and Nakamura are very far from the World Championship.
No, I don't think
Nakamura specifically very far. Giri maybe.
A World Championship match requires a set of skills which I think are not just they're not just about chess. It requires a lot of character. It requires team. One of the things I feel that Nakamura will not become world champion is because he doesn't have a team.
What?
Nakamura doesn't have a team.
No way. Nakamura has this guy.
But this guy is like
Nakamura has a great team.
This guy that you're talking about is like 2200.
No. The guy is a GM.
No.
I forgot. I heard his name from Maurice. The guy's a GM. But when he beat Carlsen in these Chess 24 tournaments earlier on, obviously in between rounds he would check the games and everything. Like, no, when he speaks about how that guy was analyzing his games, giving him the prep, etc., coming up with new moves in between games, he's got a great team. That's definitely not it.
It's not the team, it's just one guy.
Well, okay, yeah, it's the one guy that I know of, but also Carlsen. Carlsen's main coach, head guy is Peter Hein Nelson. And then Gustafsson and Fressinet,
Carlsen has got a team around him. Carlsen has got a team of not only coaches and stuff, but he's got players that he plays against in practice and so on. Like all these young Russian guys. What's his name? The one who was actually quite hot this year. What's his name? Very confident.
Russian.
Yeah, Russian kid.
Dubov. Vladislav.
Octagon. Thank you so much, Octagon. Dubov.
Oh, but they only worked like a short while with Dubov.
They spar together. Not like
I remember that.
Yeah, and it's not the only person. It's like Nakamura doesn't have that. I think he could have that. I do think that he could get like Shankland on board. I think he could get someone like CHERIAN on board. Because, look at Caruana. Caruana has got Trent, he's got Kasim Janov, he's got all these people around him that are helping him. But I think first of all, Nakamura is very competitive. So the people that could be his teams, he competes with them too. Like in the US championships and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I think you could really ask Shankland and he would benefit from that relationship, and you could ask someone like Agad and you could benefit from that relationship.
Wait, Agad.
Yes, Jacob.
Hey, I was thinking Agad mate. I'm like, wait, what's going on now?
No. I think we've made our sentiments regarding that. Yeah, felt.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
Agad definitely. Yeah, I like Agad.
Yeah. No.
No, but I don't think it's a team difference. I definitely don't think it's a team difference. And in terms of who Carlson struggles the most against, Carlson has said himself that the people he struggles most against is Levon and Fabi.
Ah, baby, thank you for subscribing. Welcome.
Welcome.
You were saying?
Carlson has said himself that the people he hates playing the most, it's Levon and Fabi.
Yeah,
and right now he says he thinks Fabi is pretty much is stronger than everyone else at the candidates, for instance.
Yeah, but okay, look at Fabi. Fabi's got a team around him. Ideas are going.
Fabi has a good team.
Are going to be coming from different angles, and I think Fabi. Carlson has got Gustafsson also on his team, right?
Gustafsson, Fressene, and Peter Hyde Nelson. Those are the three staple guys, and then
there's some guys who are probably not even on the roster who are like channeling stuff to him. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember Dante telling me about some random grandmaster sent to Carlson an idea, and Carlson used it in the game, like just by email. Just sent him the idea for free.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
Oh my
I'd need Dante to comment on that, but yeah.
Yeah. And another person who also has got a team around him is Anand.
No, but Anand, it's okay. He's already been world champion.
Yeah?
You know what I'm saying?
Say again?
He's not weak, eh?
No, it's definitely not. But I think he's gotten there.
Yeah, you think he's not trying to get there again?
No. He's made it clear that he's just playing now.
He took a step back when he had the kid. That's how I feel.
Okay, I think we're going to use Dash being Indian as a confirmation of how true that is.
Not me having a kid, but the fact that I'm Indian.
I'm not going to argue with that.
Okay.
I think when his wife got pregnant or when the baby got delivered, it was a shift in fact. I think this is what he said as well, if I remember correctly. But he did say that, look, his priorities now need to shift a bit because he's a father.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I mean, that kind of makes sense.
No, that makes sense. That makes sense. But then I would contrast that to someone like Giri, who is a father, but he still says he actively wants to try to become the world champion.
That boy is too young, eh?
Yeah, I mean, he's a father, he's married, and he's like 24, 25. So he's still within range.
Yeah, I guess so. You know,
and he says he wants to become. Yeah.
There's something Anand, what inspires me is like, I don't know if you know much or like really have followed him. Maybe I might be able to explain this in a game. Anand was playing Joe Benjamin in Weekend Z in a game, right? So the game started e4, c5, and after knight f3, d6, d4, take, knight f6, knight c3, knight c6. So this was a popular opening when I was young, or when the earlier.
Back in the day.
Yeah, back in the day, Richter Rosa, right?
Yeah.
Bishop g5, e6. I still remember this. It's amazing. Queen d2, bishop e7, castles long. if you know Anand loved these positions, right? Castles, and knight b3. So nothing much to say about this. It's just like open theory. Queen b6. At that time, I think a bit before a5 had been like on the rage, and then it turned out that a5 was not such a good move, and this queen b6 idea started being played a little bit more. Anyway, f3, rook d8, and king b1. Now, I think that these games are very important for a player's understanding of chess. So you see this position as it is. In your mind, this position is not very, what can you say? It's not very, it doesn't invoke a lot of thought from your part, right? It's just a position and you're probably thinking, how can I play h4, g4, get my bishop in there and start attacking on the king side, right?
Yeah.
Now, Anand told a story that whilst he was at this tournament, he had met Ivanchuk, and one of the things which always fascinated him about Ivanchuk was how Ivanchuk was always willing to share ideas. We'll get back to this position just now. So they had been looking, they'd taken a walk and they'd come back, and after coming back, Anand had gone to Ivanchuk's room and Ivanchuk had said, you know, there's an idea I want to show you. Maybe you can use it one day. So he says d4, knight f6, c4, e6, and knight f3, d5, g3, bishop e7, bishop g2, castle short, knight c3, d takes c4. This is a standard line in the Catalan, if you've played the Catalan. And after c5... Yes?
Is Anand playing black here?
No. This was a game. So this is a line in the Catalan. This was something that he got shown by Ivanchuk.
So it's just analysis.
It's just analysis that Ivanchuk had done. Remember, at that time there was no computers. So you had to sit down and figure things out on your own. And here, normally white takes here on c5. And queen c7 is supposed to be a good move in this position. And normally after knight c4, queen c5, if you look at this position, everybody plays, or at least at the time, everyone used to play queen b3. And what Ivanchuk had seen in this position was that actually you could play b3 in this position. It's such a weird move to play. But if you then looked at his analysis, so the point was that people didn't play rook b3 because of this move, rook d8. And Anand, what's his name, Ivanchuk had found out that after bishop a3, rook d1 check, rook d1, queen c7, knight b5. What do you notice?
Yeah, this is too much.
But what do you notice?
Bishop on e7, back rank mate.
The queen is trapped, right?
Yeah, the queen is trapped. I thought the queen could move somewhere.
No, the queen can't go anywhere. There's no check.
Yeah, and there's no. Is there any convenient way to give it back so that you get your material?
Black is lost.
Wait, queen d8?
Lost.
What happens if queen d8?
Yeah, but I mean, think about it. Queen b8.
Takes.
Rook takes, bishop takes.
But the quality of the pieces. Also this. I mean, you play on knight c6.
Yeah, but it's not going your way, right?
No, you're dying. You're dying.
Yeah. Okay. So, another dangerous move, I think, is to just play bishop here.
Yeah. I mean, that I would take it. I would take it.
Yeah, then knight c7, take the rook, and
that knight, it's offside. Maybe.
Yeah, but you can't attack it.
Oh yeah, you can actually never attack it.
You can never attack it. And he's going to castle, and the rook is going to come in. Game over. I'm sure this is lost. I haven't done like thorough analysis of it, but I remember this line because of
bones, it's lost.
Eh?
I feel it in my bones that it's lost.
It's lost. Yeah. I have spoken.
This thing of feeling positions in your bones, I'm not sure.
You know what it reminds me of? There's a joke that you sent me that like the girl says like it's your baby or something like that. It says go and get rid of that baby. I have spoken.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, no, I trust you. I trust you.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, not because of trust. That's not what actually fascinated me. What fascinated me was going back. So Anand, after Ivanchuk gives this idea to Anand to use, Anand says, "I don't play d4." Do you understand?
Okay.
So what happens? Like 3 rounds later, he plays this game. So that's how I remembered this game. Queen b3, and after King b1. So Anand starts thinking about that position that Ivanchuk mentioned.
Was showing.
You understand? Just the connectedness with in which he thinks. So normally, King b1 is not played if you look at the theory of the Richter Rosa or at the time because of d5, and black is all right. And remember, these days they used to say, oh, if you play d5 in the Sicilian, you've equalized.
Yes.
But now, in light of what he had been shown by Chuki, he plays King b1, setting a trap for black. So black goes d5. And after bishop f6, of course, black is hoping for this, right?
Yeah.
This normally should be burying you, but now Anand had seen that idea, so he goes bishop e7. So it's not the same, but here, rook d2, knight d2, knight d2, and it's black's turn, right?
Yeah. Black takes the bishop, I'm assuming, or
you can't take the bishop, and that's the beauty of it. You can't take the bishop. At this point, black realized you can't take the bishop.
Yeah. And if you go queen c7, now knight b5 again.
Exactly.
That back rank is happening.
It's happening again. Can you imagine if you've lost in this way before?
Ouch. Yeah, no, this is tough.
Man, I was really impressed. Like the fact that he could associate these two ideas.
Yeah, no, that actually takes some parallel thinking or something.
In the game, he took on f3. And after gf3, again, that threat. Here, he could have actually just played knight c4.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
It would have been fine. Anyway, you won the game anyway, regardless. You went on to win the game. And man, imagine, like, you are still a junior at this time. So, anyway, one of the realizations I had, I remember, was that he's one of those people that people underrate a lot. Like we know.
I don't know. You think people underrate Anand?
Oh, if you ever people speaking about greatest of all time, if you ever heard
Okay. Well, greatest of all time, we're having another conversation.
But this guy was
But I think it's unfair conversation because
I think Anand didn't get the proper exposure during his reign as world champion. And he was underrated as one of the most aggressive players of his time. By far.
Uh-huh.
Like, I mean, that guy could attack you, eh?
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, his attacks.
Could attack.
And also the way he played E4, man.
But personally, I only know him from his more positional masterpieces.
Yeah.
The recent ones now later in his career. So maybe he was more attacking earlier on.
We could discuss this. We could discuss Anand's game. I mean, I you know what? Since we've not been really streaming much, it would be nice at least once a week, like on a weekend, if we came and went over these kind of games. Because
that would be cool.
It would depend on the understanding, and maybe people might just enjoy it also. So it's a different take, I think. Especially like the rare ones, the rare games.
Let's see. They should spam in the chat if they'd like.
I need to find that one game. I don't know whether it was marked down as an immortal game. I don't think it was. But it was where Anand played against the Catalan. And he played the semi-staff. And I remember 3 or 4 hanging pieces. Like those pieces were hanging, and you could not take any of them. You could not touch.
Sounds like some sort of Maran.
Because you're getting mated, or you're dropping materials, and you're getting comboed, man.
Someone is saying we should look at Morphy's games and Capablanca's games.
Yeah, Morphy. Morphy, nah.
You guys are watching too much Queen Gambit. You know,
there's more interesting players than Morphy and Kappa.
You think so?
I found it.
Yeah, but all their games are obviously amazing. Yeah, Dash?
Yeah.
But you know what I feel is that the chess theory, the chess coverage always covers the same games over and over, and I find that irritating. It's not a good representation of chess, and it makes it difficult for people to understand chess, because you only, if someone says Morphy, you only think of the famous games. You never get to see.
This is true.
You never get to see his end games. You never get to see some of the, like. Do you know? It only occurred to me that one of the best things that Steinitz was good at was playing the opening. But it only occurred to me now, and I know before I studied Petrosian's games that I thought he was a positional player. Because the games I only saw were the ones where he would be prophylactically preventing things from happening, and they would be demonstrating how good he was.
He was the master of the exchange.
He kills people there.
Yes, but you see, do you get what I'm saying? It's like until you actually analyze like 100 games of a grandmaster, you have no idea how he plays. You
think so?
Yeah, absolutely. You have an opinion of what someone thinks about him. I mean, listen, if we looked at Kasparov's 10 games, you change the way you look at him.
If you looked at 10 of his games.
Oh, yeah.
Like 10 best games, maybe.
Not even best games. Just you know, the best way to look at someone, I feel, is to get into a match, like where he played 6 games, and you look at those 6 games.
Okay.
It's tournament performance.
Yes. Or you take one tournament and you look at all the games in that tournament. You really get an idea of how they approach. You start seeing patterns. Because now what happens is that they take one day when he was really in amazing form, like even like, you know, he could play against a deity on that day, and the deity would have a tough time. And they take that day and they take another one 5 years later, and then take another one. And you see this.
I guess it's more in terms of history. It's more for the books, right? If you were excellent at playing tactical positions, that's what you're going to be remembered for. You're not going to be remembered for your positional.
Yes, but what I'm saying,
your better positional games. So
what I'm saying is, from an instruction point of view, that approach is like is damaging. Because now you look, and this is what happened to me. Now I looked at Kasparov's games. I'm like 12 years old or whatever I was. I looked at Kasparov's games, and I realized how messed up I was and how I was never going to play like him. Do you understand? Because now you're being shown only the brilliances, but in your mind as a kid, you're thinking this is how he plays day in, day out. So when you go to a tournament, it's guns blazing. You understand? It's guns blazing round after round. And your guns don't blaze as much as his does. So I think from that perspective, it's quite misleading. But if you've got a coach will say, okay, good. Now I want you to go and look at his first tournament, and then you see him being beaten by Sokolov, and you're like, okay, there is hope.
So you want to see Kasparov being beaten?
Yeah, first of all, I want to see him being beaten. That is normal.
Okay. I mean, the books, it's just for example to show you like ideal play in a particular sort of style or position, etc., etc.
Yeah, maybe.
It's not necessarily to say the player was invincible.
Yeah, but I mean, listen, before computers, if you read a book about Tao, you'd go and build a shrine at home.
Okay, you have a point. I guess that's what makes this Bronstein book, Zurich 1953, so amazing.
Yeah.
Because analyzing everyone's game and everyone is getting beaten, and
yes, and it's
it highlights all the main plans and everything. It's amazing.
Yeah, I thought that was nice. Do you know another Bronstein one you must check out? One called Sosara's Apprentice.
Hey, this is deep.
Yeah, that is a good book.
Sounds like there's witchcraft happening there.
Oh yeah. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining. I think this will be the end for our tournament. I will post the results as soon as possible, and yeah, I think we should meet for these kind of chats more. Thank you, Greold. It's nice to have a wizard on board.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, especially these guys, they use a lot of muti, so we need a neutralize. I don't know, something I saw you posted in Fundo. Oh, Beg, thank you so much. It was hilarious for me. I don't know. Anyway, you and Dash keep me busy. Do you know Tendo from Sunnyside, Fundo?
Yes, I know him.
You should check out some of his posts. He's funny.
The statuses.
Yes, man.
Oh yes. I follow them. I follow them actively. It's always those funny videos.
Yeah. There's one way he's got this Mdala coming to do circumcision at a school. Man, and the guy can't see.
Yeah?
What?
This Mandala is chopping everything in his way. I'll send it to you. It's hilarious. Guys, thank you so much. And yeah, we should do something soon. Thanks everyone for joining us, and we will chat very soon. Okay, guys. Anything you want to say before we go?
Nah. It was a good time, man. This was a nice tournament. Look forward to the results and seeing who actually came out on top, but not just on top, the runners up and third place. It would be quite nice to see how the strength of South Africa is dissipated. So, yeah.
Nice, man. Cool. Cheers.
Cheers.